When you think of Polish MMA greatness, most people picture Jan Błachowicz, the man who brought Polish power to the world stage. But before his rise, there was another warrior, a fighter who claimed UFC gold first, who proved where the real Polish power came from. Her journey just wasn't about the victories, it was about the battles, the total savagery she brought to the octagon. But who is she? While Joanna Jędrzejczyk entered the UFC in 2014, few outside Poland knew her name. But after 8 straight wins and a striking pedigree that was sparking her division, she gave the world something to talk about. Her fist was surgical and her confidence unmatched. She faced Carla Esparza for the strawweight title in 2015 after only 2 fights in the UFC. A wrestler whose grinding style had smothered every opponent. But Joanna wasn't every opponent. She picked apart Esparza in every aspect of the game, stuffing takedowns and raining strikes until the belt was hers. From there, the reign of Joanna champion began. Jessica Penne, Valerie Latuno, Claudia Gadelha, they all fell victim to her relentless pace, her icy stare, and her refusal to give up. For 5 consecutive defences, she looked invincible, a new queen of violence taking the stage. But even the sharpest blades can dull. How do you stay on top when the crown grows heavier with each fight? Rose Namajunas has entered the chat. Quiet, humble, and underestimated. Joanna, on the other hand, was all fire and venom in the lead up. She called Rose fragile, weak, unworthy. But on fight night, it wasn't the trash talk that mattered. It was fists. The first round shocked the world. A clean left hook from Rose sent Joanna crashing to the canvas. And with it, her reign as the queen of the UFC strawweight division came to an abrupt end. The title she had defended 5 times and carried with pride was finally ripped away. Joanna was defeated and dethroned. The rematch months later offered no redemption. Over 5 rounds, Rose outmaneuvered her, outpaced her, and outpointed her in a chess match of technique and endurance. Once again, the belt remained out of Joanna's grasp. Losing twice to the same opponent would have shattered most fighters, but Joanna wasn't most fighters. The gold was gone, but Joanna was still hungry. Joanna clawed her way back, taking on contenders and reminding the world why she was once champion. Then came Zhang Weili, the strawweight phenom from China. Their first fight in 2020 wasn't just a title bout, it was 5 rounds of pure hell. Blood, violence, and absolute insanity. Both women traded shots like their lives depended on it. Each one throwing killer combos, landing brutal shots, and never once moving backwards. Toe-to-toe the entire show. By the final bell, Joanna's forehead had swollen into such a grotesque hematoma that Joe Rogan called it a Frankenstein forehead, a pulverised testament to the brutality they'd endured. The judges gave Weili the win, but fans declared the fight as one of the greatest wars in MMA history. Joanna stood in the octagon, battered and bruised, yet somehow still radiant in her defiance. She'd lost, but she hadn't been defeated. But how much more can the body take when the heart refuses to quit? Two years after their first war, Joanna stepped into the octagon for one final showdown with Zhang Weili. This was for more than just a belt. It was about proving to herself and the world that she still had the fire. But Weili had evolved beyond belief. Faster, sharper, and deadly precise with every strike and counter. Weili blasted a spinning backfist in the second round that marked the end of the fight and the end of Joanna's storied career. As the dust settled, Joanna knelt down under the bright lights of the octagon and announced her retirement. Her fans didn't see it as the end of the road, they saw the culmination of a career that had already cut her name into the archives of MMA history. Joanna Jędrzejczyk leaves behind a legacy that transcends the belt she fought for and the bloody wars she endured. With 6 UFC strawweight title defences, countless unforgettable battles, and a fearless approach that pushed the boundaries of women's MMA, she became a global symbol of resilience, and absolute savagery. Long before her UFC days, Joanna was a 4-time European and 6-time World Muay Thai champion. But it was her groundbreaking success in the UFC that made her a legend. As the first UFC champion to hail from Poland, she proved where the real Polish power came from. In 2024, her legacy was forever immortalised when she was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, cementing her place alongside the sport's great icons, a warrior, a queen, and a trailblazer. Joanna's name will forever be aligned with grit, heart, and greatness.